Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're diving into something new and perfect for the holiday season. This story is based on the comic book Batman, Santa Claus, Silent Night issue 1. This time, Santa Claus himself is coming to Gotham. That's right, good old Saint Nick has arrived to team up with Batman, helping him hunt down monsters that have crept out of hiding. Batman, once a student of Santa Claus, joins him on a Christmas hunt through Gotham's dark alleys. If you're not already subscribed, hit that button, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get into this story. We open on a classic snowy Gotham night, with carolers singing to spread holiday cheer across the city. But their joy is cut short as monstrous, bat-like creatures swoop down, attacking them on the street. Soon after, the Jack arrives, and Batman and Damian Wayne are on the scene. As Batman and Robin begin their investigation, they discover bodies left in the wake of these terrifying creatures, determined to discover what happened here. As Batman and Robin examine the bodies, they find a single puncture wound on each neck, with all blood drained, classic signs of a vampire attack. Trying to identify who or what could be responsible, they rule out Man-Bat, knowing he's already locked away. Batman decides it's time to call in some expert help. Zatanna arrives with a flash of light, transported by a snow spell. Batman quickly fills her in, asking if these attacks seem vampiric or if they might be dealing with something else. Using a spell to replay the recent events, Zatanna reveals a disturbing vision, a bat-like creature known as a Draugr, a rare vampiric entity from Norse mythology. She explains that the world hasn't seen one in over 700 years. As they discuss their plan, Batman senses movement behind them. Warning Zatanna to stay still, he turns to confront the threat, another Draugr emerging from the snow. Batman hurls a batarang, but the creature dodges and retreats. Suddenly, a second Draugr lunges, grabbing Robin and attempting to fly off with him. Thinking quickly, Batman lunges and grabs hold of Robin. The combined weight forces the Draugr to release its grip, dropping Robin back to safety before it takes off again. As the vampire tries to escape, a wooden stake pierces its back, sending it plummeting to the ground. On a nearby rooftop, Santa Claus, good old Saint Nick himself, stands with a crossbow, riding his trusted reindeer Prancer. He tells Batman he came as soon as he heard the Draugr had reached Gotham. A terrifying development, as they've never been seen outside of Northern Europe before. Zatanna and Robin are stunned. Zatanna never imagined she'd see Santa Claus in person, while Robin is baffled, wondering how a man and a reindeer ended up on a Gotham rooftop. For Batman, however, this is a reunion. He met Chris years ago while training abroad, learning a few tricks from Santa that he still uses today. Robin, in disbelief, mutters he doesn't believe in Santa Claus. Saint Nick chuckles, saying, "Neither do I." Their conversation is interrupted by an alert of another attack across Gotham. Barbara Gordon and Dick Grayson are already on the scene, fighting off vampires without proper gear. They do their best to contain the creatures and help civilians escape, but things start to go south. Just then, Santa Claus charges in on Prancer, his reindeer's antlers impaling several vampires. Santa greets Dick, who, like everyone else, is awestruck. Batman and Zatanna arrive shortly after. Zatanna casts a spell, forcing the vampires to flee. Santa notes they'll need to rest, giving the heroes at least a day to prepare. Batman, having tagged one of the creatures with a tracker, knows where they're heading next. As they strategize, Dick, Damian, and Barbara exchange amazed glances, wondering if this really is Santa Claus. They recall Batman's childhood stories of his adventures with Santa, stories they assumed were just myths Batman made up to make Santa cool. Now they're realizing they might all be true. Zatanna pulls a tome from her library, hoping to shed some light on the origins of Santa Claus. She shares a tale tracing back to ancient Scandinavia, where Vikings worshipped Freya and Thor. The book describes a mighty woodsman, a master craftsman who once roamed those lands, helping the Norse people ward off creatures that strayed from Asgard into our world. Each year, these heroes gathered for a great wild hunt, a ride to capture and defeat the monsters that threatened the realms. In ancient tales, Santa, known then as the craftsman, rode into battle on his stag, joining the greatest hunters of the Norse pantheon. Each year, they'd split up to track down or slay dangerous creatures. One year, Santa set out to hunt down a beast called the Krampus, only to discover that the creature was less a deadly threat and more of a mischievous prankster. Realizing that Krampus wasn't truly dangerous, Santa decided not to harm him. Instead, they returned to their lands together, only to find that their path home was destroyed. Some say Ragnarok was to blame, others say they simply lost the way. Regardless, they were stranded, and over time, the gods became legends. Living among humans, Krampus couldn't resist scaring children, so Santa began making toys as a token of apology. The two would go on hunting monsters together, watching over humanity. Santa explains that these are only stories, but he promises to stay until all the vampires are dealt with. Barbara, amused, asks if he doesn't have Christmas to prepare for. But Santa reveals that he hasn't celebrated Christmas in centuries. He once hunted and sealed away all the vampires deep underground. But now, someone has released them, breaking into the catacombs he alone knew about. Robin, examining photos from the first crime scene, points out hoofprints cloven like those of a ram. This prompts him to suspect Krampus. Just then, one of the vampires convulses, and flowers sprout from its chest. Another vampire begins to speak, presenting the flowers as a gift. Recognizing the voice, Santa tries to get answers, but the creature tells him he already knows, saying a magician must not interfere, as she could lock it away again. With a fog spilling from the vampire's mouth, it speaks of a betrayal, claiming Santa once threw it into the void. Now Krampus is back, intending to reclaim the day they created together and turn it into a day of misery. He taunts Santa, saying he should have slain him when he had the chance, because now Krampus will free every creature they ever captured, twisting the holiday into one of terror. What did you think of this story? It's a fun, fresh take on the Santa mythos. I love the idea of Santa as a seasoned monster hunter with ties to Norse mythology, teaming up with Batman and crew against an old ally turned enemy. It hints at centuries of adventures with Krampus, a mischievous ally turned vengeful foe. Let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments. If you want to catch up on everything happening in DC Comics, we'll be back with further parts of this story. Please subscribe, like the video, and hit the notification bell. Until next time, stay tuned for more.